Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, listeners. Welcome back to Rojak Podcast. Roll the intro. Welcome back to Rojak Podcast. And if you're new, my name is Anis Ila and I'm the host of this podcast. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how audio plays a role in multimedia. So, multimedia, as name suggests, is the combination of multi and media, that is, many types of media used for communication of information. Multimedia is also a representation of information in an attractive and interactive manner with the use of a combination of text, audio, video, graphics, and animation. In other words, we can say that multimedia is a computerized method of presenting information combining textual data, audio, visuals, graphics, and animation. A multimedia application may require the use of speech, music, and sound effects. These are called audio or sound elements of multimedia. Audio is one of the most challenging elements of multimedia. It is very important and often overlooked by people making the change to multimedia and video. In my opinion, audio can be more important than visuals as studies have shown that people will sit through video with poor quality visuals and excellent sound, but they will not watch excellent videos with poor quality sound. So it is important to get audio right. Another way of looking at audio is that pictures convey information, but sound conveys emotion. So if you want powerful audio and video pieces, your audio has to sound professional. Speaking of professional, today we have a few guests that is an expert in audio, but in proper words, an audio specialist. So our first guest is Siti Rahmah. Our second guest is Nabiha Mushida. Our third guest is Farawaida. And our last guest is Adlina. So to start our podcast, I will start by asking Siti Rahma about how audio adds interest and emotion. Can you please answer my question, Siti Rahma?
All right. Of course, I can answer that. All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Rahmah binti Muhammad Effendi. Okay. Moving on to the next point, which is how audio adds interest and emotions. So basically, to add interest in the audio, the main thing is the way we attract the viewer, listener, or audience to enjoy our works. So we need to make sure that there is no interruptions. For example, the interruption in terms of the tools that we use, such as microphones, because we focus on the audio, right? So we need to make sure it must be very clear, no interruptions, such as from wind, turn off all the backgrounds that noisy and disturb our audio. Other than that, actually, the interest and emotions such as sad, angry, anxiety, happy, and else are very relatable. Interest and emotion are very relatable. So here I'm gonna combine both and explain it easy and clear to all of you guys. As to make you guys realize when you watch a video, movie, or listen to a podcast, sometimes we always like looking forward to what is going on to the uh we're going on after that. What's going on to the next scenes? The productions make us suspend, right? Like we want to know more. So the way to make the audience feels that way, we as the producer, we need to play with some things that tackle their emotions. So this method will make it more interest. For example, when okay, let's take the horror scenes. When the horror scenes be played, the best way is we play the music that increase audience adrenaline, which is for horror maybe can more to shock, panic, and feel scared and creepy. Same goes with sad movies. I give an example. Have you ever watched anime's movie Kimi no Na wa? If you don't know, It was one of the saddest animes movie I ever watched. So why I make it as example is because their productions deliver the background songs, the supported background songs very relatable with the flow of the stories. Second example is as to make um, as it very near to us, very close to us is the most famous drama in Malaysia, which is Tujuh Hari Mencintaiku. The opening song uh, Cinta Lelaki Teragong, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the opening song can bring the audience feel the story very well, as the story is very sad, anxiety, happy, crazy, and etc. That is the way we make it interest because we play everything the same way it goes with the emotions, right? Things will get ruined if there is the sad emotion part, but we as the producer put the horror audio. It is very unparalleled and ruin the audience emotions very bad. Other than that, it is also not alright and it is also not okay if we say the audio is for the therapeutic, but you as the producer put the sad audio musics or creepy musics. It will not help to add interest and emotions into the audio. It will ruin everything. So yeah, we can see that the supported audio can bring some scene becomes stand out and amazing even though it is in the movie, podcast or audio if we have knowledge and skill to handle it. The other way how audio adds interest and emotion is balance the audio, sounds, music with scenes. For example, when we play the music or audio at some scenes, there is one time when the important part comes, we need to volume down the audio to let the audience catch the feel of the scenes. And then we volume up it back. Do you get it? Do you
Yeah,
ever
I do.
I think everyone have experienced this at least once in life, right? The last things for you guys to catch up is the keyword of all these things is we need to tackle audience emotions to make the scenes become more fantastic and interesting. From this keyword, we can see how interest and emotions are very relatable and can be applied in the audio. All right, that's all. Thank you. I'll pass it to the moderator.
I see. Thank you, Siti Rahma, with that insightful info. And I do realize that I think more than 10 movies I've watched, I have cried. And I think it is because of the audio. So it really does add emotion to the story and also affects our emotions. So next about the background effects. So in today's podcast, we're going to talk about the background effects, and I want to ask Nabiha Mushida, which is counted as an expert in background effects. So can you please share more about the background effects audio?
Okay, thank you, moderator. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nabiha Murshida binti Muhammad Husni. Okay, as you know, a sound effect or audio effect is an artificially created or enhanced sound or sound process used to emphasize artistic or other content of films, television shows, live performance, animation, video games, music, or other media. These are normally created with Foley, which is a filmmaking. Okay, as you know, in motion picture and television production, a sound effect is a sound recorded and presented to make a specific storytelling or creative point without the use of dialogue or music. Then, the term often refers to a process applied to recording without necessarily referring to the recording itself. In professional motion picture and television production, dialogue, music, and sound effects recordings are treated as separate elements. Dialogue and music recordings are never referred to as sound effects, even though the processes applied to such as reverberation or flanger effects often are called sound effects. Okay, now I will share to you how to get audio effects. Firstly, first of all of us must know from the YouTube, and next from Premium Beat, which is software, Vidivo, and also SoundSnap. And for sure, for Apple user, you all can use iMovie. Okay, right now I will share for you the five famous audio effects that always people use. Okay, first one.
Mhm.
Okay, the second one. Okay, third example. Okay, for the fourth. And the last one is yes.
Feel
That's all.
something.
This famous lah, paling famous. So that's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to moderator.
I see. Thank you, Rabia Mushida. The last background effect is very interesting, and that is my favorite one.
Wow.
Okay, so that is about background effects. So you can see there are a lot of background effects that you can get, and it is also easy to get either in a website or also using apps. So it is not hard to get background effects. And next, the question is how audio deliver information. So I would like that is the next question after I answer the question that people have been asking. So um, I always get question asking about what type of microphone I'm using or what is my recording setup. So today I'll answer what hardware I am using to get audio for my projects. Well, it is divided into two categories. First is input devices, which are used in multimedia system. Second is output devices, which are used in computer systems. So input devices that is needed to get audio are microphone and speakers. Microphone, as you know, is an input device to input sound that is then stored in digital form. The microphone is used for various applications like adding sound to a multimedia presentation or for mixing music. As for speakers, it is an output device to produce sound which is stored in digital form. The speaker is used for various applications like adding sound to a multimedia presentation or for movies displays. Next, moving on to the output devices, speakers and sound card is needed. Computer needs both a sound card and a speakers to hear audio such as music, pitch, and sound effects. The basic functions of sound card are that it converts digital sound signals to analog for speakers, making it louder or softer. So to answer what some of you have been wondering and asking, the type of microphone and sound card that I'm using is a BM800 condenser microphone and a V8 sound card. And as far as I'm concerned, it has done a tremendous job. So next, for the next question, how audio deliver information, can Farah Waida, can you please answer and explain a bit?
Yes, of course. Thank you to Anis Ilya, our moderator for today. My name is Nufara Wahida Bizainuddin. So now I will point out my opinion about how audio can deliver message. As we know, a message can be delivered through various methods, including video, posters, graphics, acting, and so on. For your information, apart from the above, a message can also be delivered through audio only. In the era of technology, there are various software and applications that create to reach a message via audio, either online or offline. There is a platform in Twitter called as Spaces to talk with stranger, and so many people can discuss about something. We also can hear podcasts, Jukes for listening to music, and also Spotify. There is also various type of editing apps can be used to produce audio indirectly. They will be able to deliver message to users in a short of time. That's all for me. Next, I will pass it into our moderator. Thank you.
I see. So, audio really is important in order to deliver information to the hearers, to the consumers. So that is one of the importance. To know why audio is very important. I would like to ask Adlina. Can you tell me why audio is very important?
Okay, yeah, of course. Thank you, moderator. My name is Adlina Narzafira. Okay, guys, I want to explain about why audio is a very important in presentation. Okay, the firstly, do you know, guys, people find a speaker's message more interesting, grasp it more easily, and retain it longer when it is presented visual as well as verbally. And that and then they in fact when used properly, visual aids can enhance almost every aspect of a speech. And the next, one study showed that an average speaker who uses visual aids will come across as a better prepared and more credible and more professional than a dynamic speaker who does not use visual aids. One more thing I tell you guys, according to the same study, visual can increase the persuasiveness of a speech by more than 40%, and their heightened audience interest shift attention away from the speakers, and they give the speakers greater confidence in the presentation as a whole. Okay, and then okay, do you guys know what the benefits of audiovisual ads? Okay, go. I want to explain about this. The firstly, audiovisual ads can increase effectiveness of extension, and audio is likely to remember more from a talk illustrated with audiovisual ads than from a speaker who uses no ads. And then the audio visual can capture audience attention and highlight the main points of the talk clearly. And the fourth, the possibility of misinterpreting concept is reduced. And the second last, people remember message perceived with several sense better than does perceived with a single sense. And then lastly, some ads help us to structure our message in a systematic way. Software such as Microsoft PowerPoint in conjunction with a personal computer, and permits rapid and very easy to prepare of materials for projection through video screens or projectors. Okay, this is from me. Thank you. I will pass to moderator.
I see. So yes, I agree. Audio is very important, and I also agree when you said that audio makes you remember it is something memorable. So I agree with that. So I think this is it for our episode today. Thank you for coming to our guests, Nabiha Mushida, Siti Rahma, Farawaida, and Adlina. Thank you for coming to Rojak Podcast and spending your time.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, so thank you. So that's it for our podcast today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share in all of our social media platforms, and stay tuned to our next episode next week.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you again.
Thank you.